Hello. So today we're going to do something new where we actually do something like the unofficial Wized office hours where people are coming with their questions. And we have Jerry right here as the first one, the first victim of that. And, he's going to ask us questions and I'm going to walk him through how to solve that. And we're going to, do some debugging, probably maybe even ask ChatGPT and do all that cool stuff. And at the end of that, I hope that his problem is solved and that you learn something valuable out of that. So, yeah, maybe why don't you start sharing your screen and, just tell us what you want to do and how we can solve that together.
Yes, will do. And thank you. I wouldn't call myself a victim. I feel very blessed to be in this call because I'm struggling big time. So you want me to share my screen and just explain what's going
Yes.
on
Yes,
and
I'll
yeah.
tell you where to click and then we'll figure that out together.
All right, sounds good. I
Perfect.
hope it will be a
Just
smooth
close, just
experience.
close, just close all your tabs with online banking and
Yes, this is
just
what I'm doing right now. Almost done here. All right, got it. Okay, share desktop too, and let's go. Oh wait, sorry, I need to quick give access to Zoom. They didn't do that yet, but now it should work.
yes, it should
Share.
work now.
Um, okay. I hope I don't have to restart, otherwise it will be awkward.
Oh no. Yeah,
Working?
yeah. Beautiful. Oh, you use Relume.
Yes, I did. My subscription actually ended, but I still have some legacy over here. Um, all right. So yeah, I'm just trying to build this yeah, a tiny project, nothing major, just something. What frustrated me is that on LinkedIn, a lot of people are using ChatGPT generated posts.
Yeah.
And I thought I could build a product where they generate better posts based on their own experience. And fun fact, you see this microphone over here?
Oh, you
I
use the
actually,
microphone API from the
yeah,
browser. Sure.
well,
Yes,
I
nice.
actually stole it from you or stole it. You shared it somewhere, and I
Okay.
was I was super happy that I found it. So this is working. Um, but yeah, so what I'm trying to build. So wait, let me share the basic functionality. So if I click on, so I can either say like today I learned this and that.
Yeah.
I can also record, and then whatever I'm saying will be transcribed into this box. Yeah,
Wow.
yes,
That's
and then
amazing.
and then if I hit generate, it will generate a post.
Okay.
So I didn't include any loaders yet, so it's still
Of
very
course.
MVP-ish.
Of
Um,
course.
and what I want to do is that, for example, here you can copy. Shuffle is to get like a new post if this one sucks,
Mhm.
or if you are like maybe remove the first line or something. So this is like a feedback box, and then you can just
Mhm.
submit it.
Yeah.
Um, the thing that didn't work for me though is that if I like users will probably in this box say something like yeah, I don't know, something else, but then it overwrites the post over here. What I
Oh.
would like to do is that for every submission or shuffle, whatever, it creates a new post above it and above it.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I haven't managed to make that work.
Okay. So what you want to do is right now you just probably just have a box that's your post. And you're not rendering a list of posts. You just have your post over there. Um,
Yes.
so the first step would be rendering a list um, that will include your posts. And probably the step before that will be creating a variable containing those. So why don't we start breaking this into smaller steps so we can do that step by step? The first thing I would think of is, we need to render a list. Right now, we start with no post, and then we want to push post one in there. And then if
Yeah.
you generate another one, push post two in there and push post three in there and so on. So
Yeah.
why don't we go to the data store and create a variable first? And let's call this posts in Wist. The data store, yeah, here you go. Perfect. You're already an expert. And let's click on plus and let's
Yes.
call this posts.
All right.
And let's just add return and add like an empty array. So like the Wized
Yeah,
logo open and the Wized logo closed. Yes.
and
And
computed, right?
doesn't need to be computed.
What
Doesn't
does
need.
computed mean?
Computed means, let's say you do code, or actually, let's simplify this. Computed means, let's say you make an API call and you get
Ah,
data returned. Now,
okay.
that data is returned 3 seconds after Wist is loaded. Computed will mean if something changes on its dependencies, it will re-update itself. So, if you want, we can do an experiment. Do you have any data that is loaded from somewhere else when the page loads?
Yeah, Tom.
Let's go
Um,
to your data store layers, like the right side. Actually, let me now start to go to annotation mode. This is why I wanted to do this in Wist, in Zoom. If you go to, can you scroll up a little bit?
yeah,
Yeah, perfect. And can you go
posts.
to the posts array? Let's just do like a little experiment first. Let's illustrate the difference between computed and non-computed. Let's just remove your array for now, just for this experiment. And let's scroll down here to anywhere where you receive data, like to any of those dependencies that could be there.
Like this one?
Yeah, like this one. Let's take something interesting. Just something. Is there
Okay, so
something interesting?
this
Anything.
is
Just click
this is all gibberish, but
click on anything.
all right.
Anything. Okay, here you go. So we got that. Can we close it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's make this computed. And now let's reload the canvas in Wist. So now, as you can see, oh, yeah, that variable will be updated with your content.
Ah,
If
okay.
you now don't make this computed, just remove this computed
And
and then
refresh.
reload, that variable will always be null because it will not update itself after the data comes in. And that's the difference between
Mm,
computed and non-computed.
clear, clear.
So that's always fun because people don't know what it does.
All right. Thank you.
But let's just add an empty array in there again. Yes, perfect. It's an array. Or is it? Let me zoom in. Yeah, it's an array. Perfect. Okay, let's close this. And let's use simple JavaScript to push something in there. How does your logic look right now for generating the post? Maybe you want to show us how that looks and what action you use, or what's
Yeah,
behind that?
I don't think I follow best practices. So
Doesn't matter. Nobody in Wiz does it anyway.
not
So
what I meant
it's
more is that I use so uh you have the
you use
GPT.
make, you use all the kinds of, okay, doesn't matter.
Yes.
Doesn't
The
matter.
reason why, yeah, I got a course you know what it is, error when I use Claude in like natively within Wiz. So now I use it in Make so I don't get
Yeah,
the
let me
course
give you
error.
a tip. Let me give you a tip. If you get course errors in Wist, just use Wist secrets, because then it gets, because normally if you do an API call in Wist, that is ran on your user's device, on the computer
Yeah.
directly, on the iPhone directly. And that's when you get course errors sometimes. Now, if you then run it and if you use with secrets, it will run on their server and that will not cause that issue. Now, ideally, you should be running that on a backend like Xano or FastGen, because that's where your logic should live. But Make is a simplified alternative to Xano, and there's no bad. You're not in the wrong of using it. Just be aware of the cost of it, because Make charges you for air. What Make is charging you per run, you get
Yeah.
with Xano for free. Of course, with Xano, you have to pay the $99 for a little computer, but you
Yes.
can have 10 million API calls on there without issues and without paying per API call. That's the cool thing about that.
All right. Yeah, but then it
You
makes
could
sense one.
technically build your own Zapier on Xano and sell it to other people.
That's cool, but that's another learning curve, I guess. So
Yes. But there's
and,
no wrong. So let's look into the action. Like, I'm interested in how does Wisp receive the data from Make?
ooh, okay, so that's this one.
Okay. Okay.
Don't laugh at my naming conventions,
Doesn't
please.
matter, doesn't
All
matter.
right.
It's not the
So
worst I've seen yet so far.
okay, so I
Seen
have
worse.
display post, the attribute, and then
Mhm.
I just set text, and then I just return the
Okay.
yeah, the data from make, and it's returned in like a JSON, and then I think I have the title
Mhm.
and
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's do some fun here. Let's do cool stuff. Oh, this is
all right.
great. This is great. Okay, let's just remove whatever you have right here. So let's just remove like, yeah, perfect. And let's add like an empty string and let's just call this placeholder. Yeah, because we're going to do something cool. We're going to use conditional stuff just so that
All
we
right.
know that this is something we want to look into. Can we close this for now?
Yes.
Perfect. So what we want to do now is let's add an action. And yeah, you're going to figure something out. Is that actions, the way with structures of things doesn't make it easy to figure out what you're doing. Going to get clunky at some point. But let's call this action for now. When make response, push response to array.
When make response.
When make response, like when it responds to you, um, push
Push.
um response to array. I like to name and like them so I know what they do.
Okay, makes sense.
Let's go because you can't add nodes to actions yet. So I just add the node as a name. And this will be an event-based action. And let's go on the trigger and do request finishes. And the request will be whatever is doing that. Yes, make Claude
Yes.
probably. And let's do conditional. And we want to do it if it's successful. So let's write return. And let's go status code. So status.
Uh,
If you go in here in the state, you will
yeah.
see that you have the status. So click on the
Ah,
status.
yes.
Yes. And let's do equals 200.
In as a string or just
No, no, no,
200?
as a number, as a number.
Okay.
And now if you click on the play button, you will see that's true. And this will then trigger it to push that in. So now
Awesome.
let's go on actions.
Here or
Yeah.
just
No, no, no.
yeah.
In this one, yes. And let's do an action. And let's do a run function. Let's write some little bit of JavaScript.
Okay.
It won't hurt, I promise you. Uh and okay, let's go to the general. I don't like that Wist collapses this now newly, but let's go on general. Here we go. And let's use our posts. Let's click on the posts. Perfect. And let's write dot push and
Good.
open close brackets. That's the one on 9 and 0. Like those ones, the ones for functions.
Yeah, sorry. Like this?
Yes, yes, those ones. And let's go to your make data real quick in the data store.
Yeah.
And let me zoom in. Oh yeah, let's click on the data. Make already structures that nicely. So let's go on this one. On the data one where it says make underscore Claude dot data. Click on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I have
Oh
it.
yeah, perfect. You have it. Wonderful. And actually, let's write return so we see if it works in front of it. You don't need to use return for this one, but it helps us to see. Can you run this?
Yeah, but nothing's
It
happening.
doesn't. Okay, so why don't we refresh Waste?
Yeah. Let's completely refresh that.
Yes.
I love how your annotations are still there. All
Oh,
right.
oh yeah. Sorry. Let
No,
me.
no, no, that's no worry. Oh yeah, now it works. We get one.
Okay. Because there's no data available yet. So let me first clear my annotations. Okay, perfect. Can we just refresh the site right now?
Um, sorry, what?
Oh yeah, that works too. Can we scroll up to the data store?
Yeah.
Okay, you got that in there. You got the null, so we want to only run this when it requests, but you got one in here. Let's refresh again the canvas only. You can just click on this spinning icon. You don't need to do the drop down, just to let you know.
Okay.
That will save you a lot of time. Perfect. So now can we now go and let's remove the return that is just confusing us. We don't need return statements if we set variables using JavaScript.
All right.
But now let's just see. We look at the p.post. It's empty. Can we call make right now? And sorry for your
Yep.
credits. And can we scroll
Oh,
up
don't
and see
worry.
what happens? Yeah, let's.
Yes.
Can we scroll up? And we should have that in here, right?
Yeah, it
Perfect.
is.
Can we create another one and see if it adds another one? So we have a list where we can render it from.
Mm.
Go run the make request again, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and you should have
Uh,
another one in
yeah,
here.
yeah, 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 because this is the second
So
one.
perfect. So now based on those, we can render a list on any element that you want because we have an array right now.
Cool.
That will be populated when you run the request. So do
Ah.
you want to render the whole instance or what do you want to do with it? You let me know.
Um, what do you mean with the whole instance?
Let's close this for now and let's look at the UI. You can render just this part dynamically, or you
Yeah.
can render this whole part dynamically.
Yeah, sorry, the whole part. So,
Okay. Do you have an
because
at?
yeah,
So you want uh
the whole
this one?
yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Do
yes.
you have an attribute on this one?
No, not yet, but I can quickly
Yes.
edit.
That's the first step. Let's add an attribute on there.
All right, so I can just call it post item or something.
That doesn't absolutely matter at all how you call it. Just
All
make sure
right.
you don't already have it.
No, I don't. Okay, so I'll call this with post item and push. And then sometimes it's super fast, sometimes it's really slow. There we go. All right. Yeah, okay. So now it's there.
Perfect. So why don't we click on, let me go back to annotation mode. I somehow lost annotation mode. Can we click on this one? If you click on this name in X-ray mode, it will actually already create the action now. It's pretty
Oh,
neat.
awesome. Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So let's go on the setting here. Let's
Yeah.
click on here and let's do render list. Okay. And let's write return.
Return. Oh, oh fuck.
Oh,
Sorry.
you got annotation mode. I'm so
I've got
sorry.
annotation mode. How can I get rid of
uh,
this?
if you stop sharing your screen
Yes.
and start again, it should fix it.
Sorry for swearing, by the way, on your video.
Doesn't I mean I'm not monetized on YouTube, so I have nothing to lose.
All
Um
right. There we go.
if you write return and then click on v.posts.
Yes.
Perfect. And let's add, do you already have an iterator on it? Oh, you already
Yes.
have. Let's add
Of
VI.
course. I'm a
Of
pro, you know.
course,
All
yes.
right.
And now if you reload the page, reload the canvas,
Yeah.
that is going to disappear. Look at
All
that.
right.
And that's intentional. But now
Yes.
can we run the make request right now?
We can.
And look, keep an eye right here. Can we run it again?
Oh, don't tell
Look
me it
here.
will appear twice.
It's going to be
Oh, awesome.
Now we still have the placeholder text, which we don't want. So we still have placeholder.
Yeah.
So let's remove, and this is something that I have to criticize Wiz a little bit for. The X-ray doesn't update when something happens on here. So let's click on X-ray mode to un-X-ray it. And now
Yeah.
let's X-ray it again.
Yeah.
And now let's click on the placeholder text.
Yeah.
You have to click
Um,
on the blue part. You have to click really on the blue.
oh
On
yeah, sorry about
yeah,
that. Yeah.
then it works. Perfect. And now let's go in here and let's remove the string. And let's go on v.posts, click on v.posts. And okay, um let's add the square bracket open close, like the Wized logo open and close. And
Yeah.
let's add your v iterator in here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's add what's it called? The like after the bracket. Uh
Um,
no, you're in the bracket or
yeah, I am. That's what
you
you. Oh,
whatever you did in the
sorry.
bracket and go out of the bracket. Yes,
Yes.
out of
Yeah.
the bracket.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you add dot?
Yeah.
And can we go to your variable right now? Let me go back to annotation. Can you go here and scroll a little bit to the side? And yeah, can you type that after the dot?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh
You're
no.
back in annotation mode.
Oh no. Okay, wait.
Okay.
Is it something I'm doing or how does it keep
I
happening?
think you may be pressing the wrong keys on your keyboard. I don't know. But
All right, so LinkedIn post. There. Oh
can
yeah.
you
Oh my God, it works.
it works. Look at that.
Oh, this is awesome.
It works.
I love it.
So if you close this now, um, did the shuffle ever work?
No,
Okay.
I haven't. I only duplicated a button. I called it shuffle. I haven't
Okay, so
applied anything.
why don't we just get you like a little start to think about the concept how to apply shuffle? And let's just use like a browser pop-up for that. Can you add an attribute on the shuffle button?
Yes, I can.
Let's add an attribute on the shuffle button.
So shuffle.
You see how
Um,
easy and cool it is to build stuff in Wist?
it's so awesome. Um, so Wist, and we call this shuffle button. So I also have like so this is like an inspiration
Mhm.
um section that is
Yeah.
supposed to yeah, just query some inspiration also from the cloud API based on their information that they provide. For example, like what have you done today, or what is something cool that you've learned. So the shuffle here should also be able to reshuffle the inspiration, but should I then call this a different shuffle? Yeah, right.
You can have this, yeah. I mean, this is probably something you want to do later on because I think that you
Yeah,
may want to have something come from your database or something like that. So you don't have
yeah.
to spend all your API credits. Because they're a little bit pricey. Um, but it seems like you did this or you're building this without a backend, right?
I know I'm using Superbase, but sorry, not Sano.
It doesn't
Um,
matter, but you use Supabase and Make.
uh, yes.
Okay, okay. Let me let me help you let me help you save you some money here. Go on fastgen.com real quick. And this is no advertisement, even though they're great people. I'm not getting paid to advertise them. It's unpaid advertising. If you look at Fastgen, and let's go to pricing. You know how much the first 4,000 flows are? They're free.
Mm.
How much are the first 4,000 with Make? It's like $12 or $20 a month or something. You get them for free if you use Fastgen.
So this is similar to Make and Zapier
It
and stuff
looks
like that.
like it looks like Zapier, but it has the power of Xano.
Okay.
If you go on features, you're going to see how cool it looks, and it's very visual. You have like if you scroll down a little bit, uh, you'll see that you can build cool stuff with it, and it's very visual. I mean, I don't think they have screenshot on their home sites right now on how their function builder works, or maybe scroll up, maybe they have it on the top, but it looks like Zapier from the. It's very look at that. Here
Yeah,
you
yeah.
It's like Zapier. It's very visual. I really like it. It's more visual than Xano, and it's way cheaper at a low scale.
All right,
You can
awesome.
build APIs,
I'll
you can
check it
build
out.
cron jobs, and they even give you a database, and you can connect it with your Supabase database. So this makes Supabase NoCode.
Awesome. All
And
right.
it's free. It's
And
free.
to be fair, before you judge me, I already had a make subscription, so I'm already
Okay.
using it for something else. I was like, might as well
Okay.
use it for this.
Okay.
But
You do you.
still, yeah, yeah. No message received. It's clear. But yeah, this is awesome, by the way. And now we also
Let's reload the canvas and let's see if the shuffle button appeared.
mm,
We gotta render the post first, I assume. Or did it publish ever?
uh yeah, it
Okay,
should have
let's see. Let's
been.
reload. Let's reload.
I don't know why this. Oh
Okay,
yeah, sorry. Yeah, of
let's
course.
let's
Yeah, yeah.
let's call. Let's spend some credits.
Let's do it.
It's yeah. You can go to the request. You can also do that from the data store now.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Doesn't matter
Um,
from where you do it as long as you do it.
all right, here we go. Boom.
Here you go. Look at that. Now, next time I'm going to show you how to use mutation observer to have it fade in, but that's a different talk.
Oh, this okay, yeah.
But if we now click on the shuffle button,
Yeah.
here we go, and let's go on settings, because with the shuffle button, the issue we are going to have is how do we, when I shuffle this, how do I know that this is the content I want to reference my prompt to, right? Like we need to figure out, especially if you have like 10 posts under each other, which one is which if they all have the same attribute. So we need to be clever how we use the iterator. So let's go on event. Let's scroll a
And
little bit up.
by the way, is it possible to have something like and if this is too complicated for another time, just tell me, but that it says like one of two posts, one of three, and that you have like a mini slider and that you can like slide um within the post, or is that too difficult?
Oh, you want to make it like slidable?
Yeah, for example, so that someone doesn't lose their previous or do you think we should just stick to a new post item appearing like how it also works when you click on generate?
You can do it like that. You can use persist in storage if you want. So you
Uh,
want basically that when the user reloads, the post doesn't disappear.
Yeah, well, I automatically make a database entry, so I will
Oh,
store
okay.
those posts anyways. But what I also wanted to do is that I deliver basically the post in two components. So one is the hook, so the first sentence, and the other one is the body.
Oh.
And that you could, for example, iterate on
You
the
want
hook.
to ask then Claude to structure it and return JSON or an
Yes,
array based on
yes.
how you want it to be, and then you just use that in Wized to render like a list in a list. I made a video on that, and then you can have have it like little tokenized hook line is blue, and then this is pink or whatever.
Yeah, and then for example, if you click on create another hook, that the body of the post will remain the
Yes,
same. Only this one will
yes,
change, and it will
yeah.
store the first hook as well.
Yeah, there will be a
Um,
list within a list, but let's get your list, your main list first working, and then you
yes,
can do the
yes,
list
yes,
in the
yes.
list.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All
So
right.
let's add on event to this one, to the shuffle. You scroll up, yeah, on event,
Yeah.
type and click.
Yeah.
And now we just do like an alert, just to figure it out. Let's go on run function,
Yeah.
and let's go on function, and let's type alert and open, close like those braces.
Yeah.
And no space between those, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now let's go to v.myPosts.
Mm-hmm.
So type, yeah. And let's add the square brackets
Yeah.
with the v iterator.
Yeah.
And let's add after the close square bracket and the other brace, a
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And then let's add like, what was it like?
Like,
LinkedIn post. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Can we run this? Is that your post?
Yeah.
There you go. So this is just right now for troubleshooting. I prefer alerts more than console logs, so you don't have to open your console to see what's going on.
Mm,
I like
okay.
those for debugging. They can, but now can we generate like two posts? And let's close
Yeah.
this one, and
Yeah.
let's generate now like another post. And this is what I want to
Yes.
show you, what the V iterator does, which is very helpful when you feed the context back to the AI. Can we close it and remove X-ray mode real quick?
Yeah.
And let's close this one because it's taking too much space here.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Perfect. We can just close all of that. We don't need it anymore. Yeah, here we go. Now can we click on shuffle for the first post?
You mean this one? Or
Whatever, anyone.
okay,
Let's
okay.
click on the first one. Did it work? Why don't we,
Uh,
let's refresh the canvas.
yes, let's do that.
Okay,
All
here
right.
we go. Let's run the make call again.
Yeah. There you go.
We click on shuffle.
Yeah.
That's the post, right? Now this what gets more interesting when we have another post. So can we close this pop-up?
Yeah.
And let's create another post.
All right.
And let's click on the second post.
Unshuffle.
Yeah, on shuffle. And this
Yeah.
is the second post, right?
Correct. Correct.
Perfect. And this is how you can access the data when you want to set a variable to then, refine this post. We use the iterator when on click, when we trigger the request or whatever you want to do to then get the context of the item that was clicked on, if that
Okay.
makes sense,
It does.
right?
It does.
Because when you
Yeah.
click on one, you don't want to send the context for two.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how you do that. And I think that gives you a good start.
It does.
Any other
Uh,
questions? Anything I can help you with?
I love it. First of all, thank you. It's
You're most welcome.
I'm so impatient, like there are moments that I'm like, this is not possible. And then of course everything is possible, but
Everything is possible in Wized, of
yeah,
course.
no, I love it. Well, so how could I make the new post on top and not at the bottom so that you are because now it's probably a minor thing, but now it's flipped around. So the old new posts show up at the bottom.
Yeah, we have to sort it. And this is
Oh,
where
so
we need to add ChatGPT a little bit. Uh, so let
okay.
or whatever you use, let's open any AI tool because I don't know that out of the top of my head right now.
I can use
You can
ChatGPT.
use your make scenario.
No.
Why don't we ask ChatGPT? We use dot push to add a new item to an array.
Sorry. One more
Okay,
time.
let's start again. Let me know when you're ready to type.
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I was just looking at my history. I was like, oh my god, what is in there? But nothing
Okay,
crazy, I think.
nothing I have to blur out in the video.
Oh, you can blur. Okay, that makes things so much easier. Yeah, let's just blur it so that people are curious about what it says. But yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'll blur it on YouTube Studio. Uh, just so that you know, I looked at it for anybody watching the video. Um, there's nothing illegal happening in his conversation, so it's all fine. So
Yes, yes. Thank you for saying that.
it's all good. He's clean. Um, so let's type in, we currently use dot push to add a new item to an array, but it happens to be at the end of the array. What method can I use to add the item on top of the array?
Whoa, okay, we're going to use dot push to add a new item to an array, but it happens.
To be added to the end of the array.
Yeah.
How can I add it as the new first array item?
Let's see.
If not, we'll just add
Unshift.
a timestamp. Um, Let me zoom into that. It gives us a few options. Let array 1 to 3, unshift 1. Ah, that's smart. But we use numbers. Can we tell them it's text we're adding? We're adding an object with text because
Okay.
we don't use the Ds. Okay, let add. Okay, text It use unshift, new item, adding a new object at the beginning. Okay, so we can just use dot unshift apparently. Never heard of that, but this is why we have ChatGPT. So let's go to Wist.
Yeah. Should I copy this?
You don't need to copy that.
I don't need to copy that. Okay.
No, we can type unshift ourselves. I mean, can we go again? I need to see how they type the unshift. Why don't we just copy the word unshift?
All right.
Here you go. That's the only thing we have to copy.
Okay.
And let's go to wherever we push it. And it's when make response push. That's the first one. It's this one right here.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. And can we click on that? Perfect. And let's go to the run function we're doing. And let's replace push with unshift, apparently. And let's remove the double dot. Just one dot.
Yes.
Yeah, let's zoom.
Oh, there you go. Yes, it works. Oh my
It
God.
worked.
Yeah.
So let's clear it all again and let's see if it works again. You know, if it breaks, I don't want to end this call.
Okay, let's
Let's
should
just
I
refresh the canvas.
okay,
Pro
let's
tip,
start
always
clean. Yeah.
refresh. Let's just perfect. And let's
All right.
remove X-ray mode. This is just like
Yeah.
won't let us click anything. Let's
All right.
generate something.
So
Okay,
this is a
let's
fresh one, and then
perfect.
if my journey ends on top, oh sorry, at the bottom, then
Yes.
we're in business. Okay, let's see this. Yes.
Ah, look at that. It's working.
Oh, I love it. Oh man,
Perfect.
this is awesome. All right. Thank you so much.
You're most
This
welcome.
this was super helpful. I do think it was quite a unique use case, so I hope other people would benefit from this video as well. But I think it's more about the core concepts, right? Like the iterator and
I
the
think it's a very
variables.
common use case because nobody really, if you start with Wiz, you have no clue how to even render a list. And we learned how to render a list. We learned about something called unshift, where we add something to the beginning of an array. And most importantly, it doesn't matter if it helps anybody else. The important thing is that it helped you.
And it did. So, but still, I hope it will help other people as well. But
If it
I
only
think for
helps one
sure,
person,
yeah.
that's enough.
All right. Well, you succeeded then, and thank you so much again.
You're most welcome.
All
And
right.
thank you so much for taking the time and giving the consent to have your voice recorded and broadcasted to all the 1,200 people watching. Uh,
Of course, of course. Happy to help. Yeah. I again, you yeah, this was major for me. So you saved me a lot of time, trouble, and headaches. So I'm super happy. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And to everyone watching, if you have any questions or if you need help with anything, please let me know in the comments. And I'm always happy to help. And thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye. And let me just stop recording right now and